Guys, what's going on? This is another Airsoft Dude 1 production. Today I'm going to be doing a video review of the DBoys AK74u, otherwise known as the para version of the AK-47 or AK-74. This version I did get off Craigslist for a pretty good deal, and it's a very nice gun for what you get, and you're expecting it to be a lower end gun. It is a DBoys, so be expecting a DBoys quality gearbox. Now, the externals of this gun are very good. That's why I got this instead of a VFC, which is super expensive. And then if you want to upgrade it, you're still going to upgrade it. So I wanted a project gun, so that's why I went with the DBoys. The externals are rock solid, I believe. I'm going to start off from the stock and move forward, but I'm going to give you my gripes right now. What I don't like about it is the Handguard. This Handguard, a lot of people say it is real wood. There's no way that this is real wood at all. So maybe that's a different version or whatnot. This is not real wood. That's not a gripe. I really don't care about that. It looks nice, so I don't really care about that factor. So this upper receiver right here is really easy to take off, which is nice. But the thing that I don't like is, as you can see here, it wobbles a lot. There's a lot of play, and I know you can eliminate that with black tape really easily, but just seems like something that they could have solved in testing the gun. Then the magazine wobble. The magazine, as you can see, this is the stock magazine that comes with the gun. It wobbles a lot, and sometimes it gets stuck when you're trying to put the magazine in, so you have to like pop it out. So I would suggest different magazines, and maybe you want to lube up your spring or your mag catch so it doesn't lock like that, but you just have to make sure you get it in correctly, otherwise you're going to have jamming problems just getting the mag in. Plus, this is a high cap. I believe the magazine is 450 rounds. Like I said, it is a high cap. You just open the trap door right here, you pour your BBs in, and then you wind it on the bottom. It winds towards, if you're firing, it winds towards your body, so you're going like that. That's pretty much my gripes. Besides the fuse, some people like fuses, some people don't. I personally don't, so I removed it. Then, before I get into the actual review of it, I'm going to tell you what I've done to it. I got this gun on Thursday, so I haven't done a whole heck of a lot to it yet. But on the front here, you can see it has a sound amplifier. I like this better than the 2.5 pound, I actually weighed it, 2.5 pound compensator flash hider that comes on this. It looks better, it provides better sound, even though the one that comes on it does act as a sound amplifier. This one does it better, and it kind of overpowers the cheap sound of the metal grinding inside your gearbox. So I just put that on there so it would make it sound better. Then I am using a 7.4 volt LiPo. The LiPo is a 20C LiPo, and then as you can see here, there would be a fuse right here, but I am not a fan of fuses. If you remove the fuse and just totally bypass that, it'll give you a little bit better trigger response and sound. You just have to be careful when you're putting the wires back together and shrink wrapping it. Those are the, as well as taping this, the spring, so it doesn't eject out when you open the dust cover upper receiver. So now I'm going to go from the front, or the rear to the front, like always. The stock, there's nothing special about the stock. The stock is a steel stock. I did take a magnet to it. I'm going to tell you everything that's steel and everything that's aluminum. The barrel is aluminum due to legal reasons and trades. The front sight post is aluminum. The rear sight is aluminum. I believe the bolt is aluminum. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And I'm pretty sure that's all that's aluminum. Everything else is steel. This ring here is steel. The ring that's holding this Handguard is on both ends is steel. The upper receiver here is steel. The lower receiver here is steel. The mount for your mount for a red dot or scope of some sort is steel. Your sling mount is steel. Your rear or your stock is steel. The hinge and button to fold your stock to the side is steel. Now this, it's not wood. I don't know if the people that are reviewing them and saying that it's wood got a different version than this, but the version that I have, it is not wood. This gun would be nice for a left-handed shooter, just simply because if you ran a one-point sling, the sling is on the right side of the gun. So if I were left-handed, which I am definitely not, the sling would be more suitable to a one-point to hang on this side so that you can still access your secondary. But you can roll the sling around through the middle, and then also the front, if you were to run the 2-point that comes with it, which I've heard is very nice actually, the front part is on the left side, which is kind of weird how it's on two different sides, I guess, so you can accommodate both sides. I don't know. And then when you fold the stock to the side, it would be totally there and it would hang, you know, kind of like your pictures that you see on the internet. So I'm going to start off from the rear, move forward. This gun, very rock solid stock. It doesn't wobble at all. I mean, really, it doesn't wobble at all, especially for a side folding stock. The only wobble that you hear in the stock is from the sling mount. The sling mount is tough to move, which is nice, so it's not going to rotate out on you. Everything on this gun is, you know, with that flat black paint, and it's not reflective at all. The only thing that's any bit reflective is the fake wood. So because it's kind of polished, but nothing on here is polished. It looks really nice and it doesn't catch eye, you know. So that's the sling mount. So that does have a little bit of sound. The grip is polymer. If you wish to inspect the motor, put a new motor in, all you have to do is remove this screw and it comes straight off the bottom. And since it's a version 3 gearbox, there's the motor carriage there, and you can tighten that or remove that and put a new one on if you want a faster motor, which I'm going to do very soon. Moving up on the gun, you've got this button right here. You push this button and it exposes your battery. The gun comes with a 8.4 volt battery. It came with two for me, or one 9.6 and one 8.4. You can fit up to a 12 volt stick LiPo in here just because of how long the space is. It's very long. It goes all the way to right here. So you can tuck a big battery in here. I'm using, like I said, a 7.4 volt LiPo, and I'll show you the trigger response with that. And then the full auto. So with the modification to the fuse and the 7.4 volt LiPo, which in regular voltage would be equivalent to about a 9.6, I'm running about 15 rounds per second, maybe 16 or 17. I haven't checked exactly yet, but with an 8.4 you're probably going to get 10 to 12 rounds per second. The gun out of the box shoots about 390, which is very respectable. So you might want that bigger battery to power it more. I wouldn't suggest going an 11.1 without extensive upgrades. You're moving up, you've got your steel trigger guard, and then your trigger. You can trigger that, or you can use that trigger finger pretty good. I wouldn't suggest just smacking it like that the whole time. You want to control your fire, and if you're going to do that, use full auto so you don't wear your gearbox out too much. You've got your adjustable sights. Obviously, this is Airsoft, so it's not going to matter too much. I have it set on the little bit bigger aperture, and then you can flip it up and then your front is just a post with a half ring, kind of your ghost sight idea. To adjust your hop up, you're going to pull your charging handle to the rear. If there is a battery inside of it, it's probably going to stick back sometimes, not always. It's kind of sticky, like I said in my last video. The hop up is very good. It's a very spinny, I guess you could say, hop up. If you're using heavier BBs, it will be able to fling those BBs out to a good distance. I was very surprised with the distance because of just this brand, but you could easily hit someone at 200 feet. I can hit a trash can easily 200 feet downrange. And then you can see your battery there and your hop up totally. It's just a slide, kind of like an MP5 style hop up. If you've had an AK47, then you understand. Here's your mount for your sight. Mount for your mount. That would go up here for your sight. I'm not going to get a red dot for this. If anything, I'll get a rail system and put it up here, you know, your micro T1 style. But now folding the stock to the side is as simple as pushing this button in right here. You push that button, stock will fold to the left-hand side of the gun. And right here there's this little clip that the stock will lock on. And there you go. Now you've got a very small CQB gun. You can see the rear of the gearbox. You've got a really small gun. If you wanted to run your 1-point, you could probably run it along the end of the stock for a little bit more swivel, so you can swivel onto this side. This would be great for vehicle-borne operations if you're into milsim and you're doing that, or you're, like I said, in a vehicle or just in a small confined space. You'd be able to peek those corners pretty good. And then to release the stock, you're just going to pull this button down, the little tab. And then moving up the gun, obviously your magazine, M14, G36 style. You got to rock your mag in. Sorry, I missed it there. It has really nice stamped trademarks all over it. I'm not going to show you all those. Then if you wish to remove the front handguard, it's as simple as 1, 2. There's just a little lever that goes in when you pull the receiver up, and then you just want to rock this what would be gas block cover down, and then just slap that down. If you want to remove your flash hider, all you have to do is there's that little pin right here. You just want to get a knife and push that down and rotate the flash hider off, and then you're going to need a 14mm negative or counterclockwise, just your general thread for airsoft. That's pretty much it, guys. This is, like I said, a good gun. You get what you pay for, so don't expect something amazing, but I'm very impressed, and this is going to be a good project gun. Okay, guys, so now I'm just going to do a short shooting test of this gun, and this will be from about 100 feet, so let me run down there real quick. Full auto. So the majority of those rounds were on target, as you could probably see. I was using .25s. I mean, a lot of the rounds kind of went high right, but the majority of them were on the target. But this video, in this video I used .28 grams by Elite Force. So you got those really good rounds in this not so expensive gun, and it had pretty darn good performance. Like I said, you've got a really good range on it for the size of the gun. I'm very impressed, and I'm looking forward to putting some good parts into this. Okay guys, thanks for watching. This has been another Airsoft Dude 1 production. Be sure to keep up on my channel while I'm away this summer, but I'm out.